Welcome, guys, to the Marketing and Datamine podcast. Actually, welcome back. It's been a very long week, but thank God we're here. My name is Faizo. I'm the host of this podcast, stroke Twitter space, stroke YouTube series. And today we're going to be talking about customer insights in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I know first of all, our most recent episode, which was last week, was about influencers versus brand ambassadors. I had Sandra. We had a very, very enlightening chat about it. We talked about influencers, we talked about ambassadors. If you feel like you missed out, you can go onto the Datamine account, the Twitter account. You will find that content. But anyway, off to today. Today I have Leah with me in studio, who's going to be talking about customer insights amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. But before we get into the action, let me just let her introduce herself and tell us how the past 2 years during COVID have gone for her. Thank you.
Thank you, Faizo. Good evening, listeners. My name is Leah Namuleme. I work with the Commercial Bank of Africa. And in my part-time, I tutor at Datamine, where I tutor planning campaigns and customer insights. I have been in the marketing profession for about 7 years, and I started out as a marketing officer. Then later I was then elevated. When I did my CIM, I think the benefits of the course were very evident, and I was elevated to become the manager customer experience. And I could proudly say that is a department I started, and I'm happy to be a tutor with Datamine to share what I do every day. So my experience as a tutor is just sharing what we as marketers do every day.
Okay, so first, just tell me how the past 2 years have been, because you've told us you work for NCBA, and I'd like to believe that the bank was active during those entire 2 years when you had the pandemic, during the lockdown and all that. So just tell me how did the work culture actually change as opposed to before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID? Just a brief before we attack our topic of today.
Thank you, Faizo. Working in the customer experience space, I must say that when COVID came in, it was a big shock. But I also learned during that time that customers have no space for excuses. Customers didn't want to hear that we can't deliver your service because we are affected by COVID, or because we have about 10 people sick. Work had to be done. So the business on its own had to improvise to make sure that it's going every day. So it was quite a challenge, but I must say the good thing with my institution, we had some kind of risk management framework that helped us snap back. Of course, we got a hit, but having a BCP in place helped us snap back very fast to make sure that the business keeps going, and we're able to deliver to our customers. We were able to change a few things, a few ways of working, of course, with the majority working from home. But despite all that, the bank still had to move forward. So it was a roller coaster. The volume of queries was high. You had to go over and beyond to make sure that you're meeting the customer's expectation. It was not sitting back and telling the customer, come and get your service. You had to go over and beyond to make sure that that customer gets the service. So that was the 2 years of COVID for me.
Me personally, I think I've never really been active when it comes to my bank account as I was during COVID. Yeah, because here comes a time when you're no longer getting salary, so it's now a gig economy. Yeah, and you can't walk to mobile money, you can't walk to the bank. So I had to call the bank and ask them, guys, if I get money, how am I going to do it? Can you put it on mobile money? Then I had to go Airtel, guys. Is it possible to get my bank to send money to my Airtel line to the other? I was so into banking. I did not think COVID would do that to me. But I went to my bank's website. I visited it. I literally tried everything I could to make sure I'm not just home without money, yet I actually have money on the bank.
Yes.
So let's just go into it. We are here to talk about customer insights amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. But I wanted our audience to also get a brief of what actually customer insights is. Yeah, because here's an instance of some people might be hearing about this for the first time. Yeah, so just give us a brief of what are customer insights, because this is what I found online. Customer insights or consumer insights are an interpretation of trends in human behaviors that aim to uncover the underlying preferences, frustrations, and motivations of a customer to increase the effectiveness and relative relevance of a product or service. This is just a Google definition, but I wanted to get it from you yourself, who's actually teaching this course at Datamine. So please take us through.
Thank you, Faisal. Let me just spring back to why we have to, first of all, have customer insights. We're living in an economy that's, we have the acronym in marketing called VUCA. So it's volatile, it's uncertain, it's very complex and ambiguous. So for you as a marketer, you're in that bubble of, that whole bubble. So how do you then get to know what Faisal wants, what Leah wants, what maybe someone online, maybe, can I say, Festo wants? So you have to then go back and study what these people are about. So customer insights is a kind of research that includes analytics and use of tools that helps organizations to understand the changing behaviors of customers for the growth of the organization. So if you're going to do customer insights and leave it at the table, or if you're going to do research and leave it on the table, you've not done anything. You have to dig deeper and understand, why do we have this kind of trend going on? So that is what we call customer insights, digging deeper past the normal research you've gotten. Yes, people are going to shop X. You have to then go deep and understand, why are they going there? So that is what we call customer insights. So it's in short form, it's digging deeper into the research to understand the behavior of the customers.
All right. So let me just ask. When you talked about, when you were describing customer insights, it's like it's like you are describing customer experience, because if I go to a certain shop, I go to this shop because probably they give me extra airtime, or probably the lady in the shop compliments my hair. I do these things. There's a supermarket, Eco supermarket. I go there because every time I'm in that place, the boss always levels to see what kind of shoes I'm wearing. It's like, okay, I know that shoe, it's this and this and this. And it's because of that I actually go to that supermarket. But anyway, it kind of sounds like customer experience. So this is a point where I ask, is customer insights a jargon for customer experience? Because it kind of sounds like the same to me.
Customer insights is, customer insights gives birth to customer experience. Because you have these numbers, you've dug deeper into understanding the people's behavior, you're then going to be able to offer them what they want, when they want it, at that point of need. So customer insights and customer experience, go concurrently. You can't have a good experience when you do not have good insights. So to offer a good experience, you have to dig back into your customer insights to be able to then offer the loyalty, to offer that individual touch to someone. So maybe what I would say, while we say that customer insights is digging deeper into the research that we do, customer experience is making sure that at any one point when our customer interacts with our brand, they are getting, it's that whole entire experience the customer gets when they interact with our brand. Whether at every touch point that you have an interaction with a customer as a brand, you should be able to deliver an experience whether it's a billboard, whether it's them going to your online platform in the banking space, whether it's them going to your mobile banking or your internet banking, or just visiting your website, are they getting a good experience? Are they being wowed by being there? So the two work together with customer experience, can I say, superseding, can I say it encompasses customer insights.
That was a very, very good explanation, because I myself, when I was reading about this topic, I kind of thought it was the same. Yeah, I kind of thought customer experience and insights, maybe insights is a type of word marketers use, yeah, and they are trying to act cool, yeah. But the way you explain it is just amazing, because as I was researching, I found out that as opposed to customer experience, customer insights actually really digs deep, yeah. So I found out that there are quantitative research methods and qualitative research methods, and brands at this point in time use both. So quantitative research methods might help you uncover trends and patterns in data, but it falls short of explaining why the trends are occurring. So quantitative this is secondary data.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember this from Datamine.
Exactly.
This is secondary data, because it's general data. Sometimes it's already there, it's already available, but you don't know how it was collected. You don't know how. Well, you can't even verify it. Yeah. But brands also go ahead to do qualitative research. These are focus groups, and personally, I've never been in any focus group. I've done some surveys here and there. Focus groups, I don't know why people don't call me. Like now for soda, I take Pepsi every day of my life. I take Pepsi.
I know.
But Pepsi has never called me to talk to you, to find out what are some of the insights, what are some of the things we should do for you, Piper, because you love Pepsi. I've never seen anything like that. But anyway, I want to know how a brand's doing it. I mean, NCBA Bank is a big bank.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, you're keeping up with the current marketing trends, so you definitely have customer insights. So
Yes.
just give us a brief of how NCBA does it when it comes to insights. How do you guys do it? Because personally, I've never answered any NCBA survey. I've never come across any how should I say this? I've never come across any focus group that's happening, or any. Well, people normally forward surveys on WhatsApp. This is normal, but how is your brand as NCBA doing it, or actually Datamine? Because the part-time and Datamine as well.
Yes.
How are places like Datamine doing it when it comes to obtaining customer insights into the markets they are actually relevant in?
I must say for a fact that data is power. If you are an organization and you are not using your data to your full potential, you are, I don't know, you're more or less underutilizing your resources. So customer insights really come with data. And like you said, it's those things, the secondary and primary data sources where we get from this data. I remember when we were doing this topic in school, I was wondering, why are we learning this? But now, this is a time when we are actually using it. So we have, as a bank or as Datamine, we get these insights from the secondary data, and that is from the journals. For example, let me give an example. If you would want to, as a brand, you would want to serve, let me say, the youth, you would probably visit some, either UCC to find out where the youth, which channels are the youth using. Is it Facebook? Is it Twitter? Is it Snapchat? Or so that kind of information you can get from journals and that kind of research. You can also visit, let me say, you can use websites. If I wanted to get information about, my segment, let me say, how many elderly people do we have in the market? Probably that's the segment I want to serve. I would definitely go to the UBOS, the statistics website, and find out, because that information is there. So instead of starting from scratch to find this information, you could go to that website. Newspapers. every day there's some kind of insight happening in newspapers. So as marketers, this only tells us we need to be informed every day. We need to read, because through that reading, we're able to get insights about different brands, different topics. What's your competitor doing? What's happening on ground? Where is COVID? COVID reached some companies without them knowing. But if you're well read, you're able to know, oh, this virus has sprung up in China. How then do we protect ourselves to be able to avoid it? Even government has a lot of data. They have a lot of data sources. So you could go to government and find and get this information. We have the national ID, we have the passport, they have all this data. If government wanted to let me say, do something, they can easily get you by a snap of a finger. So that is how you could collect your secondary data. So when we got now to the primary, how now we as organizations, as Datamine, are getting this information. Customer feedback is key. Whether you have a small shop or a big business, it is important to collect your customers' data and gather it at every touch point. If you can put a feedback mechanism on your ATM, put it there. If you can put a feedback mechanism at your entrance, put it there, because that is what's going to help you make your business become better, to gather those insights. So we use questionnaires. Those can be face to face. I could come and ask you, like you told me you have that supermarket where they're always praising you. So you never know while they're praising you, they're trying to see how they're serving you. It could be through that, but she's asking, oh, you have nice hair. How have you gotten the service? You will give a feedback. Maybe the person at the corner didn't smile at me. So that is feedback. Then we have telephone. Pick up the phone and call your customers. You have this database of customers who are coming to you every day. Have you picked up that call and called the customer? Online surveys. Now, feedback has become so easy. You go online and after I've done my purchase, they'll ask me, how did you find the service? So that is the feedback mechanism that organizations need. And when you get this feedback, please work on it. Then we have then behavioral data. So we have Google Analytics. All those study the behavior of people on online. So you're able to, organizations have come up with ways of studying our behaviors online. That's why you'll be online and a pop-up will come telling you, oh, Leah, you need a phone, because you were searching for a phone some time back. So all that is a way of how organizations are getting this kind of feedback. Social media dashboards are also another way. Heat mapping is a new technology which basically just gets, when people are happy, when people are happy, there's that excitement that happens. So that heat map is able to know what is exciting you. So those are some of the ways. Maybe you could add to that, but those are some of the ways.